Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Marhaban. Ahlan wa sahlan bikum. Today's lesson is going to be from page 8. And the topic of our lesson is doubled root letter verb. In Arabic, it's called al-fi'l al-sahih al-mudaf. Now, the question is, what is a doubled root letter verb? It means, such as this one, adda. You know we have 3 letters in the verb. Now, here it appears to be 2, but it's not really. There are 3. 2 of them are combined. The second root and the third root letter are combined. And hence we say doubled root letter verb. Now, this is what's happening here, adda, which actually means he counted. Let's just split that and see why there's a need to combine these 2 letters. Now, this is Ain and Dal and Dal. This is your first root, second root, and third root letter. Now, here, this actually has sukun and this has fatha. And it is the case, as a rule in Arabic, when you have 2 letters of the same type, same kind, repeated letters, and the first is carrying sukun, and the third one is carrying a vowel. It could be dhamma, it could be kasra, it could be fatha. You have to combine them. Once you combine them, you put on them this symbol, which is shadda. Shadda is indicating that there are 2 letters there, first of which is actually sukun. And then you pronounce. So what you do is you say ad, and then you say da. That's when you pause. When you see a shadda, you pause to bring out the hidden sukun. So ad da. That's what called shadda. Shadda means you emphasize, you give it more strength. Adda, he counted. That's what we mean by doubled root letter verb. There are many of them. You have dalla, you have shakka, you have malla, and so on. Will you see the list of those verbs, or some of them on page 9, page 10, and so on. Now, we will try to put some of them into sentences for you later on. Now, let's analyze it. Now, if you have learned your basic conjugation as explained to you when you was learning book 3 of the Gateway to Arabic, this conjugation becomes absolutely easy for you, because virtually they're the same, except that 1 or 2 amendment, which I will explain shortly. Now let's compare and contrast now. So adda, he counted, and that is a doubled root letter verb. Adda, he counted. Now normal or basic verb, darasa, he studied. You will see it's carrying fatha, it's carrying fatha. Adda, they, meaning 2 masculine, counted. How do we know there are 2? Because of this alif of ithnain, the dual alif. Now let's look at their basic verb conjugation. Darasa, you can see, is the same. We insert the alif at the end to indicate that we are talking about 2 masculine did something. So darasa, they studied. Adu, they, meaning 3 masculine or more, studied. How do we know that? Let's look at the case ending. Here we have dhamma now, and we extended using this waw and alif. Adu, they, meaning 3 men or boys, counted. The basic verb, darasu, is the same ending. So if you have learned this, you will know automatically how to conjugate your doubled root letter verb. So darasu. Now feminine equivalent of the third person we are dealing with now, third person past tense. So addat, she counted. How do we know? Because of this ta. That's feminine ta. Darasat, just as we did in our normal or basic verb conjugation. Addata, they, meaning 2 women or 2 girls, counted. The same thing, darasata. This is alif is the same, this alif of ithnain, indicating there are two of them, and this ta carried from the sign of feminine, addata and darasata. Right. What about if we want to say they, meaning three feminine, did something? Let's have a look. Hadadna. Suddenly we split the letters, we separated them. So adadna. Why? What is the reason behind that? The reason is this. Anytime that the third root letter in the conjugation needs to carry sukun, the combined letters in a double root letter verb need to be separated. Separated, not only separated, then you will swap the vowel. So, adadna. That's na. You know this is your nono niswa. This is the noun of feminine plural. Now, adadna. Look at the second root is carrying fatha. The third one is having sukun, because you have to have sukun, the third root letter in this part of the conjugation. So that's why we swap this. So the second one in carry originally in your pronunciation, when you say adda, there is embedded sukun there. Now we swap that, now become adadna. Just as we say here, darasna. So that is slight amendment there. When you reach this, you split the letter up, you separate them, and you do that. So adda, adda, addu, addat, addata, adadna. So I display these the basic conjugation that you have mastered, I hope, when you are studying book 3, to let you see that you are not actually learning new conjugation, but you are just making a little bit of adjustment to apply to this new type of verb called doubled root letter verb. That is your third person masculine and feminine in the past tense. Now, let's now go and deal with the present tense, also in a third person present tense, comparing the doubled root letter verb with our basic conjugation that we have dealt with and we have learned when we were studying Gateway to Arabic Book 3. Let's do that now. Now, let's deal with the present tense. Ya'uddu is your starting point. So, adda, he counted. Ya'uddu, he counts. That's your present tense. Just as we did in the basic verb conjugation, ya'uddu is carrying the dhamma at the end. Here, yadrusu is also carrying dhamma on the third root letter. Ya'uddani, they are counting, or they count, and that is 2 men, 2 boys, 2 masculine, the third person, they. How do we know that? We have the alif, and we have known with kasra, and it's got any ending, just as we did in yaduru sani. So it's an absolutely identical case ending to indicate this is dual. We are talking about 2 people doing something. In the present tense plural, masculine, ya'uduna. So the ending is una ending, just as we did when we were doing the normal or basic conjugation, yadurusuna. So the ending is identical. So ya'uddu, yadurusu. Ya'uddani, yadurusani. Ya'udduna, yadurusuna. That is the present tense, and that is masculine in both singular, dual, and plural present tense for third person. Remember, third person means we are talking about them. He, they, two of them, they, three or more of them. That's called third person. Later on you will learn about the second person when you are speaking to people in front of you. Right, let's do the feminine equivalent. So here we have addat, that's past tense. She counted. She is counting or counts. Ta'uddu, just as ending is the same, like a tadrusu, the same ending as well. In the duo, ta'uddani, they are counting, meaning two women, two girls are counting, two feminine. Just as we say in tadrusani, you know that in the present tense, the prefix is ya across the board for masculine, ya. In the third person, you always start with ya for masculine. Ya for singular, ya for dual, and ya for plural. Ya. But in the feminine present tense, third person, the singular, you say ta, like a ta uddu, ted ruso. Ta in the dual, ta'uddani, tadrusani. But in the plural, you use ya. Ya adudna, yadrusna. That's why I will say the prefix for that will be ta-ta-ya. But male is ya starting. Feminine is ta-ta-ya. Right, so ta'uddu, ta'uddani, tadrusu, tadrusani. In the plural, when you say they, meaning feminine, doing something, you, as you know, start with ya. Again, the third root letter needs to carry sukun, just as we did here. In that case, you did the same exercise. You separate the combined letters. You say ya'dudna. Ya'dudna, as we say yadrusna. So this is the complete picture of the third person, how to conjugate the doubled root letter verb. It's very, very similar to the basic conjugation has now been explained to you. There are only two situations where you need to separate the combined letters, and that is whenever you need to put sukun on the third root, then split the letters and swap the vowel. So hence we say adadna, because here we have to put sukun, and here ya'dudna, yadrusna. Again we have to put sukun on the third letter, and that's why we split them. So I think if you have done your job properly in the basic conjugation of the verb that we learn in book 3, this should be very, very easy for you to digest indeed. So that is the third person done for you now. I think I will let you digest that, and in the next lesson we're going to do the second person in both past tense and present tense, as well as the first person as well. And I try and do the comparison between the double root letter in that situation with the normal or basic verb conjugation as well. In the meantime, please continue doing your study for me and learning your vocabulary. Find somebody that you can study this language with. So to encourage each other, it's really good if you have somebody that you are challenging each other to say, right, now let's understand this together and so on. So good luck. Please ensure that you get a copy of the Gateway to Arabic Book 4, and we are going to meet again, God willing, inshallah, next lesson, inshallah. In the meantime, please send the link of this lesson to your friends and contacts, please. Alright then, in the meantime, ma'a salama, ila liqa fi amanillah.